Today we're going to make this cute candy corn cup cozy. I'm Rose and welcome to my channel. To make the cup cozy, I am using the Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth in the pumpkin color, the ivory color, the mustard color, and then to make the smile in the black color. I'm also using a size 6mm crochet hook. You will need a pair of scissors, a needle, a place marker, and you will need safety eyes. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and these are in the 10mm, and so they're gonna look like they're wiggle eyes. I got this in the back near like the dollhouse and where you make the dolls. And I am also using a cup for measurement. I always like to get a precise measurement, so I'm using this cup for my measurement. And wire cutters. So to start the cup cozy, I'm going to make a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain 20. Now I'm just going to measure it on my cup, and I want it a little tight so it doesn't come all the way around. So let's go 25. Let's see what happens at 25. And then I might want it a little lower, so I'm going to go one less than 25. Or 24. I'm going to go 24, and then I'm going to follow my chain back, make sure it's not twisted, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch. I have to redo it because I think I'm tangled. No, I'm good. Thought that was, but I just want to try again. Now, you can use a measuring tape if you want to do it that way. I like to make sure that it is snug on my cup, and that looks about snug. All right. For round 2, we are just going to continue right around with single crochets all the way around. And we're going to do this for a total of the 3 rows. So we're going to do this for the next 2 rounds. So I will see you at round 4. The beginning of round 4. And when I come to the end of the 3rd round, I'm just going, you could have put a stitch marker. I didn't. I'm just going to go up from the tail. And for this one, I'm going to make a slip stitch. Now I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to switch to the pumpkin color. And I'm just going to pull the pumpkin color through my ivory color and then pull it tight. And then I'm going to go back straight through the same stitch that we just went through and make a single crochet. And now we're going to single crochet all the way around. I'm just going to pull the ivory color tight. And then continue with single crochets. And I'll meet you back here so you can see how this is going to turn out before we go to round 5. To the end of round 4, you're going to single crochet, and then we're going to go right back into that same first single crochet again, and then we're going to skip this first stitch. Otherwise, we're going to get an extra stitch in there. So that way, we're going to single crochet into that second stitch. And that way, it kind of hides this, like, the second color. So you won't be able to tell too much that where we switched colors. Then we're going to do 3 rows, rounds of the pumpkin color. So I will meet you back here for round at the end of round 6. So we're just going to single crochet for the next 2 rounds. The same way. We're not even, just in case you're worried, when you get here, we're not skipping anything. That was just for there. I'm just going to continue around until we get to the end of round 6. And when you come to the end of round 6, I'm just going to place a slip stitch into that stitch. Actually, I think it's the next stitch. This is when you should have a place marker to make it easier for you, but it's here. And then we're just going to pull up, and I forgot to tell you to cut this ivory color so you're not attached the whole time, but there you go. And then we will add our next color. For round 7, we are going to switch colors again, and I'm just going to pull my mustard color right through my pumpkin color, and then we are going to single crochet right back into that same stitch, and we will continue single crochets all the way around for round 7, and we're going to continue it all the way actually to round 9, but I'll show you how I do this again in case you didn't pick it up the first time or it was too complicated. And we're done with the orange color, so you can cut it and we don't have to be attached to it. And then just continue around. And at the end of round 7, I'm going to single crochet into this last stitch, and then we're going to single crochet right back into that first stitch again. Instead of up here into the stitch, let's see if I do it into the stitch, it's going to look off. So instead of going into that stitch here, I'm just going to bring it down to this stitch here, so it looks a little bit more even. And I'm going to single crochet, and then because if we go into this stitch, it's going to, because we have 2 stitches in here, we have 2 stitches into this one stitch, it's going to make it expand. So we're just going to skip this first stitch, and we're going to go into the second stitch with a single crochet. And then we will continue around all the way until we get to round 9. And when you come to the end of round 9, you're just going to make a slip stitch and then cut your yarn, and then we're just going to pull your yarn through. And then drop my needle. Hold on one second. Alright, I got my needle, and we are just going to tuck this top tail. I'm just going to go into this top one. Actually, I go into both. And then we're going to go back into just the one side, and that should even it out so it all looks the same. And then we will tuck the tail into all these stitches, and then I'm going to tuck all my ends, and then I will show you the end before we add our face. Alright, all the little fuzzies that come off, and then we'll flip it to the other side. And then this is what it's going to look like. And you can still see it a little bit. I mean, let's see this side. This side, this side might actually be less noticeable. It's up to you what side you would like to use. I'm still going to use this side. All the fuzzies. Oh look, one of my things already came out. So I'll just cut it. And then that's going to be the back. You could tuck these better if you like. Alright, and then let's just check it out. I'm going to use this as the top. And here is the little cup cozy. This is before we do the face. This is where your seam is, so it's not terrible. And then if you want to keep it this way for the candy corn, you can, or I'm going to add the eyes and the mouth. So let's do that. Alright, I'm going to get my safety eyes, and I'm just going to line up the back to be in straight, and then, let's see, I'm not going to go into the, I mean, it might be okay to go into the hole. Let's see if it'll push through. It might push through. So I'm going to actually go into the single crochet, like the middle of it, like that V part. So that's going to be one, and then I'm going to make the other one about here. So it's going to look like that. And before you put the back on, I would just make sure that's where you want the eyes. And then I'm going to do the little mouth. And then see if that's how I like it. So I'm going to take my black color. And then bring it through the needle. And I'm going to go back to front. So I'm going to pull it up through the back. And then I think I'm going to go straight exactly where the eyes are. And I'm going to pull it through like, and it's going to look like a straight mouth. And now I'm going to come to the bottom, to the top. We're going to go, because this one's in the middle. Let's see, do you think that's the middle? I think that's about the middle. So I'm going to come around it. And then I'm going to go right back into the same exact spot. So that it looks like on the other side, I just came down the V and then bring it back through. And then that's going to form the smile. And if that's where you like it, if that's how you like it, then you can just tie the back and then put your the back of the safety eyes on. Yeah, I think that looks cute. So I'm gonna cut my other side. I'm gonna tie the back of this into a double knot. And then if you want to tuck these strings, I'm not going to tuck the strings. I'm just going to cut them close. Only because sometimes whenever you pull it through the other side, you see it through here. So instead of that, and now I'm just going to place my back of my eyes on, and I'm going to pull this through to the second one, because we are going to cut the back of these off so that it lays flatter on the cup. And then I'm going to take my wire cutters and I'm just going to cut the top of, they come right off. Be careful with these. Don't snip off your finger. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this one is all the way on the second notch. Well, let's see what happens. Let me see if I can just push it on a little bit further. I think it's okay. And then There we go. You snip that off, and then there's the little face. So here is the cup cozy all finished. I did not redo this. I just played around with it till I liked it. And I think he turned out super cute. You can make a couple different ones. I've made a pumpkin. You would just do all orange and add a stem. A ghost. They turn out so cute. I hope you take the time to make one today. And until next time, eat, sleep, pray, and crochet. Thank you so much for watching. Real quick, I wanted to show you a couple other cup cozies in case you wanted to try them, or in case instead of the candy corn, you could also try the pumpkin or the ghost or the Frankenstein or the monster mash. My kids call it the monster mash, but they all turn out so cute and they work up really easy. So I just thought I'd show you a couple others in case you wanted to give them a try also.